Norell, what have first couple days of spring practice been like for you, and what's been the vibe around this new coaching staff coming in, and what's it been like for you?
For me personally, I feel like I've been doing good. D-line been doing good. The vibe I could say is Coach Pride pushing competitiveness, like being more competing in everything we do, just trying to compete in all the little stuff, and just having that drive to go compete.
What were the hunger drills in the winter like for you? And I know, like you just mentioned, competition. I know there was a lot of that. What's that like when they're trying to build a culture and you guys have to go out and compete every single day?
I feel like it's good for the team. I feel like that's what we need. That's what we need to push that in that direction to compete. So where we get in those games, in the late fourth quarter, where we can finish those games. Because a lot of games we had last year, we was in it. So I just feel like having that will to win, that competitive drive, gonna help us push us over the top.
You were one of the players that came out strongly after the bowl game on social media, kind of apologizing for the performance. How long did that loss stick with you?
Um, Probably into the new year, and then once we got around the new coaches, just it kind of faded off. Like I don't even think about it no more. It's just trying to build off of that and go into the new season, into the off season, like thinking about it. Obviously, thinking about that loss. It's one of the worst losses I had in my career of football. But just knowing how that sour taste feels, and just knowing what you got to do better, knowing where we want to be. Like Price said, didn't nobody come here to be 6 and 7, and I agree with that completely.
Is a loss like that harder to take? You mentioned those close losses you guys had. You had some tough close losses. Was that Pinstripe Bowl where it wasn't competitive harder to take than a close loss?
Any loss is hard. I feel like every loss has its pros and cons. You know, you can learn from a loss. A loss turn to a lesson. So it's just that's how I see it, really.
And for you, two of your best games last season were North Carolina, Virginia, and you kind of helped seem to elevate the defense. Do you think you can play at that level consistently, or what do you need to do that?
It starts in practice. You know, just taking the coaching from Coach Price. I really like how Coach Price is coaching. This year he got the whole D line, him and Corey Rush. So I just, just listen to those guys. 'Cause I feel like Price is a guy that you do your research. He did a lot of great things here, and that's a guy I can learn from, listen to. So I just try to take every bit and piece, and I do feel like I can be that player consistently every game.
And you got practice player of the day for practice number 2. Did they tell you what you did to get that honor? I mean, when they announced to the team, what did they do? Did they explain why you got it, or how many reps you want, or what is it that goes into that
I
to win
guess
it?
I guess you gotta ask the defensive style that. I guess it's just my one-on-one pass rush that day, team period, But that's a coach. That's a question for the coaches, I think.
In these competitive drills, these one-on-ones, is there anybody you get paired up with more often than not on the offensive side? Does anybody give you trouble more than anybody from the
I
offensive
like
side?
to go against Caden Moore. That's a guy he's younger than me, obviously, but he started a lot of games he played a lot of games last year, so he's like a vet on that line. Him, Silas. You could even throw Parker in there. Those guys that played in some games, just trying to work with those guys, because they're going to give me the best look I can get out there. I'm going to give them the best look they can get, and ultimately that makes all of us better.
I wanted to ask you about those practice player of the day things. I mean, for you as a winner, what was that like for you? Was that kind of cool for you? And what do you think it does in the locker room? Is that kind of a good way to kind of bring guys together to highlight the good aspects of what you guys are doing out there?
Most definitely. I feel like, people want to be practice player today, so that encourages them to go out there and go harder. I feel like, and just do the little things that they have to do to try to win practice player today.
For you, what are your personal goals for growth this season?
Just the fundamentals. Coach Pride preaches ground up a lot, 100 level, and I take that. Like I value what he said. I try to push that in myself, the step, the fundamental, all the hands, just the small stuff first, because the details are what really matter. You can get all the other stuff, like none of the other stuff matters if you don't do the small stuff.
What has the new coaching staff working with them been like? And obviously you have JC, but who's been here a while. But what's Chris Marv as a defensive coordinator? What have your interactions with him been like? And I guess just getting to know and build up that trust with the coaching staff.
You know, I love Coach Mar. He's a guy that comes out there and demands he demands the standard, which is excellent. He demands your best at all times. You know, he not gonna let you slack off or none of that. He gonna be on you, but he gonna love you at the same time too. And that's what I really love about Coach Mar. You know, we got some great coaches. You got the cornerbacks coach, Coach Cheetah, Coach Quinn, Coach P. He been here, but now he's a safeties coach. You know, all these coaches, they all want to win. You know, and they all pushing us to be our best.
Go ahead.
Norell, I mean, being one of the senior guys on this team, senior leaders, I mean, how do you utilize the experience that you've had to coach some of these younger guys up?
Just, you know, if I see some, I try to coach it up. Just little things, some of the things I struggle with as a younger player. And, you know, that's pretty much, I just try to, if I see it, I'm going to coach it, and then just try to be that extra voice other than Coach Pride and Coach Rush in the D-line room.
Coaches kind of give you a little bit of that way to kind of step in and correct what needs to happen. Considering I know that's what
Most def, Coach Price, you know, it was one play, Gunnar Gibbons, he had a rush, and he lost the rush, but it's not like, you know, Gunnar been rushing good, but it was just the way he rushed that time, and, you know, Coach Price allowed me to, like, oh, yeah, go talk to go talk to he'll coach you up, like, and I really appreciate that from Coach Price, just trusting me to be a leader in that room.
What stands out to you about Gunner so far?
Just the way he's like the way he pass rushes, and he just got here, like he pass rushes like he been here, and that's really good. Him and Braylon Moore, you know, them boys came in early, and them boys just worked. All they know is work, and that's a really good thing about them young boys.
What the winter workouts with Dwight Gall, what were those like? I know it's interesting when a new coach comes in, a new staff comes in, but you guys were with him more than you were with the actual coaches a lot of times. What's he like in him trying to build a culture? What was that experience like for you?
Got a great guy, the whole staff, you know, whole strength staff, them boys. It's different, but they push you like any other coach on this team. Everybody, I feel like the whole staff, the whole new staff, they just came in the mindset, okay, we got to change the culture from what it was. We got to, you know, Pride talks about strengths and weaknesses. Everybody got strengths, but it's not like we just not going to talk about the weaknesses. Everybody got weaknesses, and just trying to minimize the weaknesses and maximize our strengths.